What's up, mouthfuls? It is your boy Zelmae. Are you in the void? Go watch the non-spoiler review of Thunderbolts by MCU, Marvel, Disney, whatever you want to call it. We have it. It's gonna be at the end of the video. Go check that out if you want like personal thoughts without spoiling. But this is the spoiler review where we do spoil things. And of course, I am with my guy.
Uniqo Williams, aka I don't talk much about the milk, but I like this.
Let's do this. We gotta check. It's a spoiler review. It is a spoiler review, so you know we got spoiler. There you go. That's the spoiler right there. That's the name of them. The New Avengers. The apostrophe was there for a reason. That's not their name. It wasn't gonna be their name. They would name that off a young soccer team that Yolanda played on. But they were like, we're not keeping it. End of the movie, they are the New Avengers. Uniqo, you surprised they were the New Avengers?
We doing spoiler alerts. I'm gonna act like I've never met any of these characters before because I have not, other than second tier, dime store, Five Below, Dollar Tree, Captain.
I met all these characters before. Oh, this in 3 shows.
Is she?
She's a Hawkeye. In the Scarlett Johansson movie, Black Widow.
Didn't watch that.
And she in Red Guardians in them too.
Didn't watch them.
Well, you can't. You didn't know.
So
Ghost is Ant-Man.
Talk to me. Who is man?
Ghost is Ant-Man. Ava.
Don't remember.
Literally the main villain of the first movie. So all these people you have literally seen. And Bucky's there.
Bucky. I know Bucky and barely two. Listen, Falcon and Winter Soldier came out during COVID. There was a lot to watch. There was police cam videos and all type of shit going on in WandaVision. I didn't watch that. Talk to me today in a spoiler review. Explain these things to me because I do know that I saw a Sentinel in Guardians of the Galaxy. Am I correct? Was he not Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's Adam Warlock. This is the first time we've ever seen him. Sentry and it's Sentry.
I meant to say Sentry.
Yes,
is Sentry not Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's Adam Warlock. That's a whole different character. No, he's Adam Warlock. Sentry will beat the shit out of Warlock too, by the way. As we saw in this movie, he's literally unbeatable. I want y'all to understand this. Y'all watch the movie. I know some people are going to talk about this. He fought 2 super soldiers. Literally. 3 super soldiers. Walker, super soldier, played by Wyatt. Red Guardian is a sort of super soldier. He's a super soldier. And he fought a woman who can go and see through life. She can just zip through things because of Ant-Man, from the Ant-Man movie. And then he fought like a super spy. And he just whipped them. And basically, they can't touch me. They can't touch a god. She literally told him to end them in front of people so we see them camera. He's like, why would I ever touch them? I am a god. And then she's like, hey, buddy, you are talking way over your pay grade. You said I was stronger than all the Avengers combined, and one is a god. I'm with you, listen, I can't argue with you. How do you argue that? How do you argue when a person be like, I'm a god, and then he beats, and he can beat up Thor, by the way. Y'all, Sentry can whoop everybody that ever been in this show. And I like the way they did it, because they literally made the Void power, instead of just being Super Sentry, where he just attacked things, his power is literally the Void. He sent people to the Void, and they face the hardest, most traumatic moment. Everybody has to do it. So it made his power where he doesn't really end people. If you watch this non-spoiler review, I thought it was a way to not have consequences because they all could come back to life after he did, as we saw the little girl. When he zapped the little girl in front of Red Guardian, that hit. That was absolutely it. I'm like, oh my goodness, he just ended a child.
Zelmae,
I reckon damn.
Zelmae, I went like this. I literally did that.
I said,
But what did he really make her relive? Like the time that motherfucker pushed her in a puddle? That time she didn't make the basketball team? What happened in that situation in Manhattan to that little girl?
So if she was ever alone and scared, if she had to just really live that over and over again, that's terrifying. What's that?
His power is to make you look like
It's into the void of emptiness, and you have to relive basically
that
what
one time you was really empty.
anytime, as you saw, Yolanda had 15 of them off.
Of course, she's gonna have them.
Yeah. So I'm
She's gonna have multiple.
and she relived it over and over again. So I'm assuming that will happen to everybody. And then when the rest of the Thunderbolts, aka New Avengers, came up, we saw that they even admitted I didn't like to live through that no more. I'm very confused how they found out where she was. They didn't explain that because she figured out how it worked. Maybe. Only other person who went through that is Wyatt. I would have liked to see Ghost Ava go through it. Speaking of Ava, shout out to her. His power was interesting because it has no consequences, but it's also really dangerous. Because if he did it to the whole world, ain't nobody was gonna stop it.
I alluded to this in the non-spoiler review. Make sure y'all watch that. If Spider-Man has to relive Uncle Ben again and again due to him going forward, I believe that could be a story-driven thing for Spider-Man. Do you believe that? I believe that could happen.
I don't know if
It makes
he
sense,
might
right?
not have been in the area. I don't know.
Does that affect
And I
him
think he
going
probably would do more vanishing in front of Tony Stark, watching Tony Stark pass. Then Aunt May's. Oh, he had a lot of dramatic shit. too.
That's
So
the
he
one
took
thing
over.
that didn't show in this reiteration of Spider-Man is Uncle Ben. They neglected that. They got to keep that in the back pocket for something.
I doubt they do it. They hinted that it happened with Uncle Ben and then it happened with Aunt May to
They
replace
hinted,
something.
but we've seen it in every other one. I'm saying,
you
you
don't
think
have
that's
to
in
do
the
it.
back pocket? You trying to gloss over this, man? I'm not letting.
It's not going years ago, and he done had
They
14
told
spin-
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, so they redo the movie 14 times. If they already skipped that in this universe, I doubt they do it again.
This is the perfect time for them to revisit it.
He is not. He got too much going on. I think he's gonna probably
It's
have
a
to
rolling
keep it.
gag. I think it's a rolling gag at this point.
Nah. If Kevin Feige said he ain't gonna worry about that. If you watch this movie, let's look at this real fast. Do y'all see this character in the back named Taskmaster? She was in this.
What Taskmaster?
Yes, she was in the movie for 4 minutes, looked cool, and got shot right in the head by Ghost.
So
Never to be seen again. I'm like, why is she even in this poster, dog? This was like a bait and switch to give you that Suicide Squad feeling that, oh, anybody can go, but then no one does. I did not like that there was no consequences. I'll explain why in that one so you can watch it if you want.
So that's what I said when I first saw her. I said, "Oh, that's Taskmaster. It has to be. That looks very familiar to me." And then what ends up happening is, okay, you dead now? That's a real gunshot to the.
Yeah, she
Okay,
don't.
we're Spider-Man and all them. So what we doing? So his Taskmaster.
Her character name is not the same. They can just make another. It's a whole nother name.
Is they still?
They kill her so fast in this movie. By the way, they
No, she was cool. She got the shield, the sword. She's cool.
by the way,
They took her out.
at the beginning, Yelena, Maria Dre Vikings. She put out a hit so they can end each other, and they put the perfect person to go after each person. Why for Yelena? Because he can overpower her. Taskmaster for Walker, because of course more skilled and know his comeback using this Taskmaster using the shield, and Ava for Taskmaster because Taskmaster had, as we saw in the movie, had nothing for the phase through thing because that's like a cheat. But then Yelena for her because she's a super spy who knows her. By the way, from the Black Widow movie, she knows all her tactics. She already beat her before with her sister, so they put each person to perfectly fight each other. And I thought that was a smart thing they did.
Okay. I can see this Saturday. Make sure y'all tune in to my friend, the Blurred Cartel. Make sure you tune in to Make It Make Sense. There's going to be a big argument between Monray and Zelmae. This is going to be a true battle. I can see the different ideologies right now. So y'all talking about how they set this super duper death battle up. Come on here on Saturday. Fed up.
I don't even know what his argument would be if he just fight.
You about to be in a, I'm telling you now, you about to be in a.
He ain't seen the movies. I don't know if he even had a opinion.
Don't worry.
I don't know if that might be. By the way, back to the character Mel. I did not want to spoil that in a non-spoiler review because she was a character not seen. But Mel is so important in this movie because she's the character that tells everybody what's happening, right? She's the assistant of Valentina, and she basically calls Bucky, basically sets up the van so my guy Red Guardian can show up. She's even though that wasn't no purpose, she sets it up. She kind of helps. She even set Sentry off to become the Void, which this whole movie was about, by the way. It's about the void and emptiness in you and all that. So, like I said, it's a fantastic movie to me. Then I think some people were saying it's the best MCU movie since the Endgame. I don't think so. I think
I'm still trying to figure out what number 1 is.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and No Way Home is better. Number 2, I know for a fact is better. That I enjoyed more. What's happening in the movie? Let's go over some plot. Valentina had a program to create the perfect Marvel super soldier. Better than all the Avengers. Stronger than all of them in one. So she was 10,000 suns. The power of 10, that's the whole Sentry thing. And it's the Sentry project. So she had this thing, Oscorp, but it wasn't Oscorp, it was Oscorp.
So that's what messed me up at first, because I thought that when Lena came in there and said, this is probably Oscorp, I was like, oh, Green Goblin syndrome, but I couldn't hear it. So I thought she said Oscorp.
But she said Oscorp, the play of Oscorp. And she had to get rid of it because they ended a lot of people's lives in this experiment. But one happened to go through, and that's our guy Bob. Robert Reynolds, aka Bob, aka Sentry, aka Void. He survived, but she threw him out because the doctor at the beginning said, you don't understand what it is. We found out late in the movie that he was just evaporating people, so he told her it failed so they could throw him away after they induced him again somehow. I still don't know how they would induce him after we found out that it didn't work the first time. But maybe he was scared of himself. I wish they would explain that more, because at one point he did say it's better for me to stay down here because I'm dangerous. So I'm like, did he know he could do this? And he just randomly forgets as he did at the end of the movie. But she is getting impeached right now by Wendell Pierce, who is out to get her. So she has to get rid of all the evidence, which she put all these characters to destroy all these buildings. And then they're all loose ends. So she has to end them. She has to make sure they don't come back and hurt her and put her in jail. No jail, as Mel said, no jail. So they form a team and they find Bob as she tries to incinerate them, but they escape working together. They create a little team to come and get you. So she calls the force because she's impeached. Somehow she can just tell the police what to do in certain military ops. I think they were Oscorp ops, but they never explained that. There's some characters that I feel like ain't been in these movies that's important. Like Melina from Winter Soldier, the spy girl who was sitting in charge of the FBI, but she wasn't in it no more. I don't know why she was in these movies. Did they forget about her? Maybe.
Akira Toriyama has done worse.
But she essentially finds the Sentry, finds out that it worked, and we see him get shot up, shoots through the sky, falls down like a meteor, almost destroys everything. She uses him to try to control and manipulate him. She can't really do it because, as he said, I am a god, and why would a god listen to you? I can smush you with my finger. In which one of the scenes with the bad CGI come in as they fight, and the fight is cool. What's the scene where he grabbed?
Man,
Julian?
this shit was on one block in New York. This nigga was outside the old Avengers Tower. Are they renting property over there? What's going on?
She said it's expensive. She said it's expensive. She bought it.
But I'm saying, no, I'm talking about Marvel, MCU, Disney. Y'all we got this one block in New York on lock. We're going to have all the fights, all the shit.
That'll be fair if they go out. There's spots they got to meet somebody else. Because there's so many heroes. Is there no Avengers in any other city but the East Coast?
Where is everybody that's putting in shit?
Nothing happens anywhere else but New York. Do we have an LA character?
LA Avengers.
No big giant celestial just come up and take.
Everything happens in Manhattan. Staten Island. What the fuck are we doing?
Even Miss Marvel is in New Jersey. That's close enough.
Jersey City is across the way.
Got Deadpool. I'm like, yo, this should be the safest city ever. Got the Kingpin being the mayor at this point.
No, it's actually very safe because they're martial law right now, but it is what it is.
You know who didn't care? Sentry. He did not care about martial law. As he
Some golden-haired boy turned black. And you know what happens when blacks attack. We go and live our memories. That's Kingpin. Now we got to deal with Kingpin.
Kingpin ripped a man's face off.
What?
That's one of the biggest things I've ever seen.
That's why I like this movie. I think we could have done without that second credit scene just because the new Avengers that you see on screen, y'all, they can't deal with Thanos. There ain't no way they dealing with a Thanos threat.
Well, if Valentina convinced Bob to fight, he beating the shit out of
Can Sentry beat?
Thanos.
Did he fight the Hulk in this movie to give us a show of strength?
He fought 3 Captain Americas.
That's humans. That's not the Hulk.
Captain America had
Ain't the Hulk. We get it. Okay, did he fight Thor? Did
He
Thor
was
hit him
whooped
with
Thor.
here?
Unless Thor got the
Like,
guy.
oh,
They explain.
if you can you make Yomir fly back to Thor? Because I ain't about to.
All you need to know is Sentry is the most powerful Avenger. The man encased the whole city in darkness.
Who made this experiment to where it works? What was the lead up? Because it's just like Resident Evil. Y'all started. First, y'all told us it was just zombies and they was trying to knock this virus or whatever. Now we make it all the way up to Castle Resident Evil, the village, and all that type of stuff.
To be fair,
you make it all the way up there.
They made Captain America.
Hear me out.
They made the Hulk.
It happens. Okay, I'll give you the Hulk. It's gamma rays.
They made it in the 80s.
Like-
Just imagine what you can do in 2025.
Like in Resident Evil, they broke it down to there's some random tree that has a whole bunch of, they call it mycete. And they use that to try and enhance humans and stuff like that. So where does who is the foundation of Sentry? That's the question that I'm left with. Because this thing, he can't touch Sentry.
That man, by the way, for y'all that don't know,
Superman is the real question. What's up with Sentry versus Superman?
Sentry is Marvel's Goku. Not Goku.
You already know who's stronger. Go ahead.
Think about this. Bucky has a vibranium arm. That got the power of Black Panther when he power up. He punched this man in his face and he looked at it. He didn't budge. He got punched with a vibranium arm to the face and didn't move and then ripped it off.
Why are you ducking my question, man? Who is the basis of Sentry's power based off? Because you already know when I get on here with Tori and when we get on here with Monray, I'm going to ask that question.
Sentry was born that way on the show. I don't know how he did in the movie.
United States government.
So how do you know that, Joe? We don't know that. Huh? They didn't tell us. They just said we made them, we gave them the power of 10,000 sons. I'm like, how did y'all do that? How did y'all get one son?
A serum.
They just say we put it in them and it worked. It's like, okay. Very simple. It was another one. Now I think about that, it was a problem. They didn't actually.
Come on, that's a problem for me.
They just
said, a real Superman.
We made Superman.
Now I got health problems. What can I do?
And he got like a different power set when he's evil.
What you said his name? Adam Warlock? He could have ended all them niggas. But he just appeared. He's just a part of the movie. Is he going to be a part of this too?
One thing, yeah, he's going to be part of Doomsday. He already, I think he's announced with Doomsday.
How can he not? Who can he not whoop? You got to see Sentry, right?
Yeah, but if they get God Emperor Doom, they all getting in.
Oh, see, you jumping, and they don't know nothing about it. They don't see. That's what I'm saying.
They know a movie coming out. Marvel got to spoil it that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom.
All I know is that Fantastic Four coming out, And they got to get out of their universe to get some help from some other niggas. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
That's what's got to happen. They said extra dimensional. What does that mean? Man, somebody came from a different timeline. They need some help with this. I'm a rock guy. I'm a stretch person. I'm an invisible woman, and I can be fire. I can't deal with this in the 1960s and where I'm from.
They have some.
We know. That's the segue. Go ahead, Zelmae. Get 'em.
Yeah, we do. At the end of the movie, we have one of my favorite characters. Red Guardian is there without his mask on, talking in the store to a lady about, you want to buy Wheaties? Get a healthy treat. And she did not want to buy his Wheaties, but it was a hilarious scene. And it's a play off something that happened early in the movie. Like, we're going to be on top of Wheaties boxes. But a second scene comes up, and we find out that Sam Wilson is not feeling the New Avengers. It's a bunch of outcasts, untrustworthy people, commit crimes. And most likely it's because Walker on the team, and Walker tried to end him multiple times. So I don't know if he really trusts his team. He trusts Bucky, but I don't know if he trusts the team. So he owns the copyright to the Avengers. So if he makes an Avenger team, as Yolanda said, what would that leave us? Public opinion, they don't like us. We saw a bunch of magazines and during the end credits showing that people don't believe in this team. And it's only really one person on the team that's strong enough to handle a dangerous situation. And he's scared to ever use his power because he might make the world go black. They get a warning in Avenger Tower, of course, that it's a interdimensional being is coming. An interdimensional thing has entered Earth's atmosphere. And they take a picture, and it's the Fantastic Four logo, which got me excited. Four lost. But how did they lose? That what makes me excited for the movie. How did they lose? Because technically, the New Avengers lost in this movie because Valentina tricked them into chasing behind a gate and introducing them as the New Avengers. He forgets what's going on in the world because every time he comes back from darkness, he forgets what happened, which is a play off his character. He chooses to forget who he is so Void can never come back. I'm wondering how they're going to deal with that because they're going to need him soon, which I wouldn't be surprised in Doomsday if he doesn't fight, but he'll fight in Secret War because he's going to have to overcome that fear of becoming the Void again, and they going to need him against them, as well as hint, hint, Franklin Richards is going to be a baby in Fantastic Four. I wonder how they're going to do it, though, which confused me. Let me know your thought. Do you think it will, after she's pregnant, they're going to advance some years and maybe they have 2 kids? Just having Franklin is lame to me because the older daughter is so important to Doctor Doom. So I wonder how they're going to do that. Are they going to have 2 kids? Do they have the babies on the ship as they travel through universes to find a way out from what Galactus did? What if Doctor Doom just ended the world? What if Doctor Doom tried to save it and accidentally ended it, but he need to get the world back? There's so many stories they can go through in here that might surprise us, might win. We know the Silver Surfer gonna be the main villain, but this movie introduces a lot because we know the spoiler. Fantastic Four is in our universe. I don't know whatever they call this universe now. I know some people don't agree with it. But I'm excited. I'm ecstatic for it. And I think Fantastic Four will be the biggest movie. The hype they gave this movie, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit dissatisfied because they were like the best Marvel movie in a long time. It made the feeling back. I thought it was really good. I did though, but it wasn't like the super greatest movie I ever seen. But I enjoyed it. It was very fun. But like I said, I don't want to judge movies off other movies or something like that. I did find my enjoyment to be less than centered. I don't want that to cloud my judgment on it. So let me know your thoughts. How did you feel? Did you feel like it lived up to the hype that people was bragging about when they came out the theater the first time? I thought it lived up to the Captain America level hype. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun for me. Captain America, that one. 3. A new Brave New World. To me, started off a solid foundation. Daredevil, same thing, a little bit higher. And this took it to another level. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think it was a great time. And I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know your thoughts. Did it live up to the hype? Because I don't think it lived up to the hype, but it was right underneath it for me because the way people were talking, it was right underneath the hype. They said it set up some interesting things. I got questions though. Felt like we had a lot of things unanswered, but I think it also answered some things. Kind of set up some characters. How do you feel about Taskmaster? Do you think we get the OG style Taskmaster? Do you think we get that now? Because I feel like that was also a statement by Disney to take out the Taskmaster the people didn't like. Maybe implement the one from the comic books in the story now. 'Cause maybe the Taskmaster project wasn't finished, and now we got the finished version. Like I said, it's a lot of other in-depth things that I talked about in the non-spoiler review. So I do appreciate you.
What was the Taskmaster in?
Black Widow.
I got some work to do this week. I'm sorry, y'all. I was not prepared for this. This basically came to me as a brand new franchise. MCU is moving away from the Avengers we know and moving on to something different. And I definitely want to see the end result. Right now, it's interesting. I'm going to keep on following this.
And the
Okay. No more
X-Men
Iron
saga.
Man. No more none of this. Let's go. Let's
Are
see.
you Iron Man coming back? He's gonna be a new character.
I can see this Fantastic Four. Y'all not ready for no galactic threats.
They
New Avengers. They're not ready for galactic threats. What?
Like I said, they get Sentry to fight.
Okay, that's your caveat right there. You're waiting
That's
for
always the caveat. The dude is like the dude has the power of 10,000 suns.
Do you remember watching what's it called? Injustice or Flashpoint? And there was like, hey, in our universe, somebody fell, and then they put him under red lights. But if we can get him our son, he can be our Superman. Are we waiting for that shining moment in this situation from Sentry? Is that what we're trying to do?
Basically, I bet it's confidence back. I did say it earlier in the show. He probably ain't gonna fight during Doomsday, but they ain't gonna fight in Secret Wars.
He's the Hulk 2.0. Hulk ain't coming out.
If Sentry punched the Hulk, he'll go back in just like Thanos, like he did with Thanos.
That's fine. But just like we said, Hulk is a hoe. That's what we're doing with Sentry right now. We can't use him. So you strong as hell, but you just there. Right,
Well, he got more of a reason to Hulk right now. Because if
it
he
don't
go,
matter. It don't matter.
I'll kill everybody.
Thanos, if you a Thanos level threat or whatever the fuck you are, we can't use you. So
Yes, because no one can stop him. They fought.
Go Williams on YouTube. You already know. Just go over there. You need to subscribe. And we're going to make it happen. It's going to be a big weekend for us and all of our friends on our other streaming channels. So check them out.
You can find me, it's your boy Laugh Is Up, man. Casual conversation every Thursday, live with shorts that come out all the time about the strangest. We had sperm racing we talked about last week. We talked about grabbing an ape's by the sack this week in order to beat it up. Interesting show. Other than that, you can find me doing reviews from Happy Face to Mobland to Power. I do so many reviews. I reviewed Havoc last week. G20 was an awful movie. Tyler Perry need to stop. But not Tyler Perry. That wasn't Tyler Perry. There's a lot of reviews I've been doing. And some more coming. So be on the lookout for that.
He's supposed to be on 100 niggas versus gorillas list. Whatever.
I don't know what's going on. Listen, the world is crazy, but I'm going to review it. Uniqo going to do it on uniqowilliam.com. We're going to review the world, and I'm probably bringing back overall keeping that 9 news sometime. So much to do. But I appreciate y'all. Keep stopping. Something amazing will happen. So look up and live. Peace.